kind of leans into what Pipson was saying. It's like, how much can you have really put into play on this map so far?
Camo, 1 HP left on Fluorescent, and the stun was enough. Beautiful from Patatek. In the corner is Kiko as well, and that's the double that almost triple. It's stolen away by Nats and Camo.
Start to the game, good read on where their opponents were going, and just having this many players on the site, it becomes incredibly difficult. I also do like that we see the sort of in towards the garage. Unfortunately, no one there to challenge. I'm just going to fall off of it.
Yeah, but there were players close enough to hear it, and that was the idea. So Avova gets to walk right up behind None. Oh, that's disappointing. Damage done to Kamek. He's 46 HP, but he's alive. The weapon's not in the hands of Apeks, nor is the A site, and that is the bottom line. Apeks will now have to just push through this smoke. It's a one-way smoke as well. Their legs visible as they emerge around the corner. A minute on the clock, though, and no real need for them to pick up the pace. Worth mentioning as well, Liquid have won only one pistol round so far. They went 6-1 up in that half.
Okay. Apeks doing well. A little bit of extra damage. A couple of players dropped it. I quite like, because obviously, when you look at most teams, you see what classic they have. Whereas when you look at Apeks, theirs isn't quite in the game yet. So you get to see what they enjoy. A little bit more niche. I don't know how many people in EMEA are running that one.
Oh, okay. You know, probably all the players. All the players.
So specifically,
that's my motto. Well, probably Cat if I had to.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
2-0 start for Team Liquid. They've started hot. That's what we wanted to see. A couple of lighter investments, but still those Guardians pose a pretty big threat in Team Liquid's bonus round. They don't invest that much money, but they still pack a punch. Flank as well being watched.
And already, that is going to be Batu. Being able to find Kama. The thing is, that time is still ticking. The guided salvo denied them again. You can already see 2 uses of it within the round, and that was before the spike even went down. Paranoia has left both players at the back completely blinded, and there's some weaknesses in the weaponry, but that doesn't seem to matter. Avova now tagged desperately low. Shields have regenerated, but that won't help versus a headshot. And now you look at Batu, who's fantastic in the last map, but what can he realistically do here? Absolutely nothing. That weaker purchase for Liquid has gone fantastically well, even converting what is actually a bonus. Because a lot of the time nowadays it's not a bonus. That was a real bonus.
Yeah, I mean, how many times have we seen over the last couple of days, let alone weeks, where we've seen teams come into that round with 4 Vandals, or like 4 Bulldogs and a Vandal, things like this.
Maybe it wasn't safe, actually. Yeah, it did look like the plant pot was slightly covered. It just looks weird graphically.
That's what I said. You didn't believe me.
No, of course not.
Well, I mean, at this point, 3-0 start. Like I said, the only time that Team Liquid have taken a pistol round so far was that second half of Abyss. And they went 6-1 up, an arguably better start here. But they haven't got to 6 yet, but denying that 3rd round, putting Apeks down to low economy where they've only got pistols. That should be a 4-0 start, but most importantly, why I say it could even be better, you've built up a huge credit barrier, unless Apeks are able to do a significant amount of damage in this round.
Yeah, chances of that basically come down to hitting some sheriff shots. Kamek, that salvo's already been used for some early space denial, but space that was only taken to eventually be given up. The B site somewhat open for business, but a smoke placed down by Kiko just to put some doubt in their minds. That when they were running the Phoenix Yora, you'd expect to see them run through that, but with this composition, it has so much more risk about it.
Bomb grenade out.
And after feeling out the map now for around a minute, it's eventually going to have to fall back into some form of take, and the problem, Mitch, is they've been given nothing.
Yeah, this is what I think Team Liquid did well in the previous map at times. Just forcing Apeks to, or even also on Abyss. Abyss is exactly it, yeah.
30
where
seconds
they
left.
were forcing Apeks to make these blind hits into sites. No information, just
Stun's
guesses,
good.
and the reveals, bits of information they can get. The stun was good, but the capitalization not there. It's faded by the time they push through. Fluorescent good to land 1 shot, but Camo keep that angle secure for at least a moment longer. 12 seconds, just need to run the clock down here. With the weaker weapons, damage is most certainly being done. It's Kickoff who levels the playing field with the shorty, but the numbers advantage still there for the side of Apeks, and the plant coming down with a second left on the clock leaves Nats to clutch it all. He won't even land the first.
From Liquid, like, again, they seem to have a fairly solid read, having a couple of players at the back of the site. Fluorescent's initial kill and Batu as well, but then it was almost just like, okay, how can I make the play? Or at least that's what it felt like. Nats being incredibly far away, maybe wanting to try and deny them.
They're not quite sure of the setup that they're facing. I'll find out soon.
The spike is going the other way. That kill sells an idea, but Kiko is still standing.
30 seconds left.
Angle not cleared, not expecting a second player to be there, and now what was initially looking like the heat becomes the hit. They're going straight back towards Nats, who's just holding on the angle. That second might not be a kill, it almost is.
That was 5
with
damage.
the shorty. And now they have to try and clear out the man who's behind them, using that ultimate to get into position. It ends up being all too easy. We said it many a time in this map and the last and the one before. Kiko has just been a menace.
It is a game of patience, and this time it was 1 out. 35 seconds on the clock when they get that kill.
Your assumption I think Fluorescent checks, but the smoke is being set up by Avova. So that's the problem.
The fight,
yeah.
And then your other player is not involved in the fight. Their Apeks, this is where they look to do it.
Oh, already an early stun thrown in. So much utility put into the corner. There is no escape. And they're pushing off the back of it as well. It's definitely become a bit awkward, but it doesn't matter when you have the support. A beautiful set play off the back of the Armageddon, stuns and salvo. It forced them into an early fight. And you think about it, Apeks have been battling for A-Long every single round. Look, Fluorescent at least will find one, but they have got eyes on the spike. Gonna have to be, I feel, a well-timed swing almost together. No, they're just going straight into the firing squad. And okay, not the prettiest of sprays from Nats, but
up for grabs by their opponents. This is wonderful, though. We talked a big game about Foot and how they've been using this agent as being the most impressive display. This opener to this round, though, that is gorgeous, because it takes a little second for the guided salvo to reveal. So you see the ult and you go, what are they, stupid? They left a huge gap over here. I'll just stand, oh no! And there is just nowhere for you to go.
A lot of that has been taken for free.
And as well, keeping it rolling, Thunder, do you want it pre or post plant? Because post plants have been a struggle so far. Although most rounds have been.
Deploying drone.
Apeks, 1 round on the board. The Blade Storm could be the difference maker, but a big push down mid by Team Liquid sends them into a frenzy. It's Panatek picking up one with Camo. He's stuck down the bottom of mid. Camo gets picked off, and a chance to level the playing field. But look at Nats creeping his way up to the door. He's caught Avova, and they'll swing together.
Through the wall. So they knew there was at least one player in this position, just off the utility that had been used. They'd seen, I think, even a little bit more going towards that garage spot. So they're like, okay, we know there's someone there. We know they've just had a moment about Kamek, but honestly, so far, everything he's been doing has been fantastic. Kiko, well, you would have wanted to try and kill him off as early as possible. He's been great, but he will just about live to tell the tale.
Oh, Fluorescent caught by a little jump up by Camo above the smoke. I like the idea here. They played 4 in mid, showed a lot of presence, even started to make noise, so they think that's where the hit's coming in, hoping that aggression would come in from Liquid that they could punish. But Kamek and Kiko are the ones punishing. Sure, one falls eventually, but now a 4v2 on the back. And again, it's tempered aggression. It's Team Liquid saying, there's a lot of players there, we will push, but not all the way. We go to long, we sit back and hold our spots. It works out now for a massive advantage. It's Avova and Hype who have to put the pieces of this puzzle back together.
One kill could get the lockdown, but you have to feel that's only going to be utilized if this round feels winnable. And I'm just looking at Patatek set up with a stun there, just waiting to catch him. Even does the deed himself, leaving Avova stuck in the corner. There's only really one place left that he could be. Could teleport to the other side of the map, but realistically, are you winning this? Absolutely not. Both cases were high-impact kills.
Yeah, your trade is you've denied them mid-control. So you deny Team Liquid's mid-control early on. You put a key player down to 12 HP. And how does that scenario end? You lose Fluorescent. This is really textbook play from Team Liquid. They're doing everything right. And Apeks, they need round. Salvo's on its way with the stun. Avova just about makes it out thanks to the shrouded step. The Fluorescent and Batu are not as lucky. That's a death blow, especially in a round like this. Pistols, low HP on Avova, and Batu and Fluorescent out of the round. Put 8-1 on the board.
Yeah, Kamek is getting more and more confident by the seconds, but again, it's down to the setup. The stun put into play to help the Salvo get the kill. If you escape it, there's only one place you can really be. And well, other than that, we haven't seen too much of Nats, but when you do walk into his setup, it normally ends in death. Malzy, last man standing, can't get a single thing done. Last map from Liquid when Apeks took a massive lead, but realistically, again, I've just not seen anything that makes me think that's going to happen.
Well, Tom, exactly. If this was 8-1 to Apeks, I'd start to believe.
2 players currently going in this direction. They're clearing the angle up close. Camo knows that they're there, but it's a big kill for Hype. That leaves the C site completely open. Has to come down to a full retake, and it's not like there's any ultimates really on that defensive side. Okay, Nats can reveal where they are, but I think once they've planted, there'll probably be a fairly educated guess as to where they are anyway.
Well, yeah, unless they think it's a B plant and their headsets are unplugged. Should be a fairly easy deduction. A guided salvo online for Kamek to try to rob back some space. Fluorescent down to 14 HP. She's been tagged up in 2 engagements. Stunned now as well, but she's not out of the round just yet. There it is, the kill found. Avova helping out, and Team Liquid finally hitting a hurdle they can't just jump over. It's Patatek 1v5 in a second round, surely locked in now.
His credits are maxed out. Not just going to throw the weapon away, of course, but was hoping that maybe can take a gun or 2 away. Isn't going to be the case. Very clean round as well for Apeks. You have a complete gamble over on the A side of the map. You have Camo as that solo player taking what was a fairly risky fight. And then the site completely under your control with no ultimates to get back into it.
To this round anyways.
Don't like the economy management. Makes me upset.
Keeping his econ high. Avova has to get out. Yeah, it cancels the ultimate. At least spots 1. They know that Kiko's close. They still have to root him from position. Fluorescent focused elsewhere. Drops 1. Turns to help. That ends up being her demise. Luckily, Malzy's good for the trade. And Apeks will still make it to the site. Kamek on his way in. He has a gap. And you'll have a 1v1 in a second, but Hype's the one to win it. Camo all alone. Up. There's no question of saving it. They've got the money. There's no question of winning it either.
Definitely an opportunity to get back into this game. Seems easier said than done now with just how dominant we've seen this half going in the way of Team Liquid. And I'm looking again at this side again. I'm hoping we're not about to witness exactly the same thing. No, this time it's just the salvo being used.
Yeah, that could have been disastrous.
It is. It is.
Camo's double. Patatek with 1 as well. They've chipped away at the Apeks numbers early in the round. Now, Camo almost fell. He's left on 30. But with Hype and Batu having to recover this last round with 3 ultis online for Liquid too that, granted, might not have huge impact, but if Nats can manage to find a body, they've got massive information to play around in the late half. Or late round, I should say. It's already the late half. I mean, even if Hype uses this lockdown, and I think its best use might even be as a fake to buy space for his teammate. Or perhaps the post plant if they can get there.
This position does somewhat sell a bit of a ruse. There could still be a move towards the B side, but that's quickly gone. And well, that's another real benefit of that salvo. It's just, okay, I'm just going to place it exactly where you have placed the lockdown, and it's all too easy.
Riding down round 12, map 3. Beautiful setup from Kamek. Love to see that utility in play. Great usage of the agent. Let's see how half 2 fares after the break.
His arrival was, but even still, they would have hoped that last place, or joint last, wouldn't be theirs. Direct take already for Liquid. Backside cleared already. Those angles that can catch you off guard, especially in pistol rounds. Both of them cleared so easily by the guided salvo. And while post plant, just think about it, he could have that back online already in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, it won't be long. Patatek opening this one up. Halsey's down, Flash is there, but no re-aggression. They're biding their time for Kiko to fire through that Paranoia. They know they'll be grouped up right about now. Paranoia in response to one of their own, and it's a big play for Team Liquid. Double the numbers of Apeks, and this pistol round, it carries so much weight. That weight now on Fluorescent's shoulders. 40 health. And the guided salvo, it should put this one to bed. The cam's destroyed, but the time has already been bought, and now it's done and dusted. Team Liquid.
You see it used to clear the site initially, and I was just watching. Kamek initially manages to get one of the kills just here, and as he's backing off, they know the timing. It's going to come straight back online, ready for him to put it into play. Made things impossible for Fluorescent, and win it back immediately with how far behind they are, but it is a pick your poison moment. And well, Liquid have decided, I really liked that pistol round strat. I think we do it again.
Where Apeks have looked best has been where Batu, where Fluorescent are feeling confident, getting in the faces of their opponents. Maybe we'll see that in the next defensive round when the rifles come out, because Team Liquid's aggression was wonderful to witness. We expect to see some of that same flair from Apeks. Should be forgiven though with the risks not being taken. Now it's only classics on the way back into the site. This should be a massacre with big ultimates being built up. Patatek, a couple of kills. Camo doing just the same, and it's a nice round.
Anymore, I think it's something that they might have to think of in that downtime, is whether or not they do opt to play double duelist on more maps, because double his own kills across 2 maps on 1. Nonetheless, Hype is already going to spot the contact. That contact is coming his way.
Got support at least, but look at the utility. Again, it forces you out in the open, and he is being chased. Camo hot in his heels, picks him up, looks for more in the backside. Malzy, low HP, and he'll survive. So will Evolva, thriving in fact. And Malzy wasn't that low. I thought a few more of those bullets had landed onto him. In fact, he's fighting fit and ready to eliminate the last player.
The idea, when you've gone for those C-side takes, adapt it slightly. I think Hype does well to sort of just hold his ground long enough. I do think that's going to be one of those things of players sort of adapting their play, of almost looking at it and going, okay.
Went all the way through. Now they fake out C. They make presence here on long, and then try to take down Fluorescent, but that will not be as easy as you might think. Nat's at least able to trade, but then Hype goes out for some aggro of his own. It is that tempered aggression we wanted to see, and it's working out for Apeks. 3v1 now, with Nat's the only man standing. I think this would be an ace for him, but denied at the 3rd hurdle.
You've done the same thing 3 times in a row, so you try and sell the fake and then go in the other direction, but as you said, Apeks weren't just sitting there waiting while they made those C-site takes. They were having progressive movements towards that deep A control, and this time Fluorescent does incredibly well, because even a 1-for-1 trade there, and that is a quick push in towards.
Represented down there in the stage. Looking for 12. Team Liquid setting their sights on C again. This time there's no fake. It's a direct approach.
Trying to clear out that backside. Evolva has moved back into the angle that was closed, and while Camo gets his blade storm, but unfortunately already dead. Hype, this is his time to shine. 4 kills, Fluorescent with 1. That'll be his ultimate online for the next round, and Fluorescent clean like that means that it's okay, you want to invest into an operator, you can. It's not as much of a risk, it won't put you out of the game, and funnily enough, that is exactly what Fluorescent has done.
It's exactly what Team Liquid did last map as well. Usage of this Armageddon when it came to that previous
with Rolling
half.
Thunder as well.
Attack side, Rolling Thunder, breach stuns as well for just pushing into side. It seems like it'll be easier to use. Apeks getting ahead of the problem. They're already pushing up short. Camo good for the first, but the stun, it slows him down. Fluorescent's waiting patiently for that opportunity, and there it is. Converted onto Patatek. And so the spike will make its way there. The plant will be found. They even assume that there's players on long, because why would this much of the map be open? That could work to Apex's benefit, though.
Yeah, they've got the lockdown. I think that's the reason they're willing to give this up completely, is they can clear a lot of those positions. But Nat, he doesn't want to allow them to even put it down in the first place. He's going to try and get ahead of any of that utility. It's something that surely has to be expected. Dart through, they don't realize how close he is. It's a good trade, but then Kiko's here as well. Liquid have done fantastically to turn this back, and just look at the HP. 6 and 25, make that 0, and now just Floor standing, but she won't last much longer.
Apeks had slammed the door shut in Team Liquid's face and had turned the key, but somehow Team Liquid, they cracked that lock. They're back in the game, they're leading. They need one round with 6 chances to do it, and so far they've looked clean. Even here,
Batu, not so much, having a rough time. He's opted to switch over to the Odin. Potential hit, and that landed. Kamik's down to 32 HP.
That was absolutely lovely. Nice idea. Kamik still, though, drawing air for now. Denial of the plans, perhaps some damage done as a result. Panatek will go down. They spam the angle as well. Okay, opening pick found freely. Kamik down low. This is the first hurdle. The lockdown even used just to ensure it. It's a good thing as well, with Camo finding 8 seconds to get off that site. Still a player on backside, but Kiko has ultimate. Is he going to try to cancel the ulti? No, instead he's just fighting forward, catching them off guard. They didn't expect to see that much resistance, and it's ball time here. 5 seconds left until Guided Salvo comes back online. That's going to deny a defuse. It's coming in. It should be. Defuse is already underway. There it is eventually. Might even have been late had they have stuck, but they did not. And now Malzy has to make this work with the operator. Limited time, and the shot not even fired. It's Team Liquid 13-6.
Still shown that there is some individual brilliance. I'll say that that man needs to be on a duelist forever. I want to see him and Floor play double duelist on every map, because it was sick.
You can see the improvements, and that makes me scared for what this team can do in the future.